You would be completely amazed. The fact that like using this simple glass can really help somebody on their fat loss journey when it comes to having more success. And most importantly, just making it clear for them to understand. So let me break down a few simple things. And then I want to go over lastly, just one analogy that I think at the end of the day is going to give you so much clarity in terms of helping you have success on your fat loss journey. So for the first one, let's talk about calories, right? Let's say if we're dumping in any kind of liquids, those are just foods that we're eating, right? Plain and simple. And that is calories that's coming in. Now, at the end of the day, right, the middle of the glass is going to be your calorie maintenance. And this is where you're not gaining weight nor losing weight. So if you're wondering, oh man, I'm just stuck at the same weight over and over and over again, odds are you're probably at just, eating a calorie maintenance. You should probably be eating a little bit less, or which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. The second analogy has a lot to do with your metabolism, and that could be your issue. But nonetheless, going back to this for calories, we got your maintenance right here. Now, if let's say we're going below that line, right, to the bottom of the glass, that's called a deficit, right? A deficit is where you want to be, once again, when it comes to losing body fat, okay? Now, if let's say we're going to the top of the glass, we're in what's called a calorie surplus. And that is where we're gaining weight, right? Now that does not need to be, gaining body fats, because obviously if you're putting on muscle, right, muscle weighs more than fat once again. So that weight could be added on muscle, so think about it like that, right? Gaining weight is not necessarily a bad thing all the time. So remember, middle of the glass, we got our maintenance. Bottom of the glass, we got our deficit, right? Prime mode for burning body fat. And then at the very top of the glass, we have what's called a surplus. So pretty simple, right? Once again, from this glass analogy, you just learned about how calories pretty much work within the body. So let's next talk about metabolism. And I think this is what makes it a lot easier for guys to kind of understand that, man, they should probably be eating more food, right? That food equals fuel at the end of the day, right? There's some tips in here that you really need to understand, especially if you want to have a faster metabolism. So we just learned about the calories. Now for the metabolism. Let's say that the middle of the glass is a healthy metabolic rate, okay? Now, there are two ways to, let's say, put on body fat, okay? The first way is, once again, back to the calories. If we're dumping in a whole bunch of liquids, right, and we're going up here, let's say that it eventually spills over. Like if I'm dumping in way too much excess water or anything like that, it's going to overflow. Think about that as, hey, your body's storing body fat. Now, you'll be shocked, okay? I know a lot of people think that their issue is portion control, but it's not, right? The likelihood of most people, at least the individuals that apply for our coaching program, they struggle with the slow metabolism. It has nothing to do with, overeating by any means and portion control, because at the end of the day, they sign up for our coaching program, they eat way more food and they lose more body fat. How does that work? I don't know, right? Maybe it's because we're actually giving their body what they actually need to lose body fat in the first place and fix their metabolism. So let me help you and to better understand that. So if let's just say we're never pouring in enough, right? Calories, food, macronutrients, micronutrients, etc., right? It's like, we're just going down here. Now, this is the danger zone. This is why most people are putting on body fat, is because if this is essentially their body and how much, calories and macros and everything that they need to, have that muscle, lose that body fat, have a healthy, faster metabolism, if you can see in here, if we're not even eating enough of the right foods, what do? We start to lose weight. Now, losing weight and losing body fat are two different things. You can cut out your carbohydrates and lose water weight, right? Carbohydrates are formed and stored as glycogen within the muscles. You need that, right? For a healthy metabolism, healthy testosterone levels, the whole 9 yards. I'm not going to do a breakdown of that because I've done that plenty of times on several other videos. But the other way that you can lose weight is by losing muscle. So think about it. If you're eating down here, 1,200 calories, 1,300 calories, right? Some nonsense like that, and you weigh well over 200 pounds. Well, think about it. You're going to be losing some weight. Maybe somebody told you to do intermittent fasting. So it's like, okay, cool, I'm going to do intermittent fasting. And the next thing you know, it's like we're eating next to nothing. We're down here. So initially, you start losing all this weight, and you think you finally figured out, right? But at the end of the day, all you're doing is losing muscle. And so that healthy metabolism that should have been here is now going smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So at the end of the day, somebody typically, does that. They hit this big stall. They go back to their old eating habits or, whatever the case may be, and they start adding on the weight right back. But what do they actually add back in? The body fat, because they already sabotaged themselves and lost the muscle. So hopefully that makes sense. And if you need more tips and tricks on how to have a faster metabolism, you can go check out several other videos that I posted and made. Literally just type in slow versus fast metabolism on our YouTube channel and you'll find the video right there, But I want to share with you, once again, the first analogy was calories. The second one is about somebody's metabolic rate. So what is the third one? Well, the third one has a lot to do with, for starters, your mindset, but as well as kind of fixing, right? What's really kind of stopping somebody from having success and fixing the root of the issue here, right? Fixing the real crack, the real bottleneck. So let's just say that, you go to the doctors and they diagnosed you with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, and it's like, you think that's your issue. You think that's like right here is the type 2 diabetes, the high blood pressure, the high cholesterol. You think it's right here on the glass. No, it doesn't work like that. Like, you were just diagnosed right there. So it's like, a lot of people think, oh, let me just take medications, right? Like, all these different medications for the high blood pressure, high cholesterol, right? And I will fix this issue right here. No. Bad thought patterns, right? And here's the reason why. This has a crack right here. And if you're just putting the medications, right, boom, is like a Band-Aid. That doesn't fix anything. But what I want you to understand is that, like, the issue isn't from right here. The issue is actually from right here. And maybe that is, hey, I'm not moving my body enough. I'm not eating enough protein. I'm not sleeping enough. I'm not doing any form of, activity or working out, right? Like, I'm not drinking plenty of water. Simple, common habits that most people should be doing if they want to live a healthy lifestyle, right? And so it's like, you can't just, hey, have this crack here, put the Band-Aid on the gunshot wound, right? Which is type 2 diabetes, medications, right? All these different things, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. That doesn't fix the issue, right? What you need to do is you got to fix the issue from the roots, from where it's actually at, where there's a big crack. And you can't just fix this by, putting a Band-Aid on it. Like, oh, I'm going to do this diet. Oh, I'm going to take these supplements, right? Remember, these are nothing more than Band-Aids to the gunshot wound. How do you fix it? Well, hey, you got to clear, right? Like, the whole area itself. You got to glue it right back up, right? You got to put a new, concrete, new cement, right? And make sure that wall is firm. And what does that mean for you? That's focusing on the foundation. What is the foundation in terms of your fat loss journey? Habits. Lifestyle habits that we like to say at Heartletics. Not hard things by all means, right? Like simple stuff. I already mentioned a few. Sleeping more, drinking more water, getting more steps in, eating more protein, right? You don't hear us say anything about stop eating and take this out and take this out and take this out and da-da-da-da-da-da. No, because that doesn't work for somebody's lifestyle. So once again, if your issue is up here and you think that's the root of it, it's really not, right? Your issue is just surface level, maybe the medications, the type 2 diabetes, whatever the case may be. But if you actually want to fix it, don't think that the Band-Aids is going to, be the one size fits all that's going to get rid of the medications and, it's going to be the one that help the high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes. No, it's a Band-Aid to the gunshot wound. You want to fix the root of the issue, go all the way down to the surface, right? Go all the way down to the very bottom and figure out what is the habits that I need to develop. What is the lifestyle change that I need to make, right? It's not a diet. It's simple things called moving your body more, right? Focusing on recovery and obviously eating properly for your body type. Simple things like that. But if you focus, right, on making that change, guess what? It's going to make a world of a difference for you. Not just helping you when it comes to, let's say, fixing this crack up here, maybe getting off the medications, but going back to the second analogy, right? Fixing your metabolism. And then going back to the very first analogy, which is learning all about calories, guess what? When you focus on the foundation, when you focus on the right knowledge on what works best for your body type, you instantly are able to fix all those three different variables. So once again, I'm a big fan of using this glass to really share with somebody and showcase for them about a lot that they need to learn and could potentially, right, understand about how fat loss works for their body and the root of the issue and what they can actually start doing to help them when it comes to losing body fat and reaching their health and fitness goals once and for all. So I really hope that you guys got a lot of value from today's video. If you did, hey, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and as well, leave a comment down below, right? Letting me know your biggest takeaway. What did you learn from today's video that maybe you didn't learn, earlier, never really was presented to you in a simple, easy analogy of using a, glass, that kind of showcase with you a little bit about maybe calories or metabolism or, changing your habits, right? The foundational habits for the better. And if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would greatly appreciate that. As always, guys, this has been Coach Joe with Heartletics.com, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Peace out, Girl Scouts.